Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, The Smartphone Video Revolution, How to Make Powerful Business Videos with Your Smartphone with Julian Mather. Today you are listening using your computer speaker system by default. You'll have the opportunity to submit questions to Julian by typing them into the questions pane on the control panel. You may send in your questions at any time, and Julian will address these throughout the presentation. Please stick around to the end of the presentation as we'll be announcing an exciting competition we have on offer for our members. Julian Mather has seen the world through many lenses, through a telescopic sight as an army sniper, through the TV lens as a global trotting videographer for ABC TV, National Geographic and BBC, through smoke and mirrors as a professional magician. He's travelled far, but his longest journey has been from behind the camera to in front of it, from stutter to professional speaker, from polite dip eater to insatiable hummus addict. As a reformed world-class videographer whose only camera now is a smartphone, he enthusiastically helps you master the missing business skill of video by showing you how to make powerful business videos with your smartphone. His simple message: you win more business with a smartphone and a smile in the 2020s. I will now hand this over to Julian.
Well, thank you very much, Ida. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for turning up on this, what day is it? I think it's Tuesday. I'm losing track. It all blurs from one to the other. Well, let's get going. There's a lot of information we're going to get through. This moves fast and furious. This is the smartphone video revolution. And there's something happening out there. There is a wave of video coming. Now, if you look at a wave like that, how do you know how big that wave is? Well, you don't until you put something on there that gives it some sort of perspective. And you put that guy on there and you go, wow, that is a big wave. Well, video is coming and there's a wave. Let's try to put it in perspective for you, what is happening out there. Currently, there are 1 billion hours of YouTube viewed. Do you think it's A, every year, B, every month, or C, every week? And I can't see you out there, but a virtual show of hands. A few people say year, so smattering say month, and most people say week. I'm guessing most of you said week. Well done you, but trick question is actually every day. Or so says the Wall Street Journal. Now, this was pre-COVID data. I don't know what it is there, but the use of video has spiked dramatically. But we are a global community that is addicted to the convenience of smart devices, and video is easier to consume on a smart device than text is. So that is why the world is going video. So it's important for all of us. So I'm Australia's most hated videographer. I know, I never thought I'd be that. But I'm not hated by you guys, I'm hated by other videographers. Because what I do is I give you the inside secrets. Because I'm letting you know that in the coming decade, you will be able to handle 4 out of 5 of your business video needs yourself, because consumer habits are changing out there. And we're going to talk about that soon. So just a little bit of backstory about me. I had what I called the second best job in the world. They put a plane ticket in one hand, money in the other. They kicked me out the door and say, go tell people stories. It was a great gig. It was the people in front of the lens that influenced me. And at the top of my game, I was influenced so much that I walked away from television. I took a program into schools that was going to change the world, but it was greeted with deafening silence. And my TV career sailed away. I had no money. I had to reinvent myself. I became a professional magician. I know, natural career progression. But that led me on to having a YouTube channel, which in its day was successful, 30 million views, still got 140,000 subscribers, but it put me in front of the lens. Now, the reason I've told you that little bit of backstory is I want you to know that I know video intimately from both sides of the camera. And some of the things I'm going to suggest that you need to do in the coming decade mean you have to be in front of the camera. And this sends the chills up a lot of people's neck. But I want you to know that I was hiding most of my life, and I can do this now, and it's a skill. So I know every fear, every worry, every concern, every anxiety that you face. Please understand that this is all achievable, very achievable. So here's what's going to happen over the next hour. This is going to, again, move fast and furious, but there's 5 segments. One, we're going to start talking about strategy, because it's important you understand how video has changed out there. I speak to businesses and everyone's stuck in a 20th century mindset about video. So then we talk about the structure, because when you understand the structure of a video, what that means is any other video that you look at now becomes a template. It becomes an idea generator, because you look at it and you go, oh, I see how that's made now. I could do something like that. Then we're going to look at how to shoot like a pro. We're going to look at one side of the smartphone because it's got two cameras on it, and we're going to show you how to use one side. And then the next section, it's how to be a desktop video star. Big surprise is most of the video that you are going to do in the next decade is going to be you sitting in front of a camera like this. And don't nod your head like that. Start nodding your head like this. It's nowhere near as scary as you think. And everything's changing. We'll get to that. And then at the end, we'll have a little Q&A. At any time as we go, if you've got questions, please put them in the chat. And also know that I've got a link for you at the end, and all of the resources that I'm going to talk about are there. All the slides you see from today and the videos are all there. And so, you know, if you don't want to write notes the whole time, which I suggest you do anyway, but there's a link for you at the end. And please, it's always nice if you can write down how many tips you get. Keep a little running chart, maybe like a prisoner, you know, like carving on the side of the prison walls, how many days. And then at the end, if you can pop them in the questions down below there, always nice to know that people are getting takeaway ideas and messages. So I have been doing this for about 40 years. I know, yeah. But the great thing about doing it for 40 years is it's enabled me to give perspective and context, because things have changed. And one of the things that has changed, it's gone from being hard to now being simple. The AI, the artificial intelligence and the computational power in smart devices means that video is just getting easier. And at the same time that the technical difficulty is going down, the access to knowledge is going up. Anything you want to know about video, just go to Google and literally type it in your language and you will find a video about it. It's just getting easier and easier. So just to illustrate how easy this is going, how long do you think right now it would take for me to be able to teach you how to create a motorcycle chase scene on video? So this is a little poll. You can pop your answers in the, if you want to do in the questions down below there, but do you think it'll take a month, a week, a day, an hour, or a minute for me to teach you? If you can, just type an answer in down below if you can find that chat button there. Can't see any coming in. Maybe they're not there. Who knows? Oh, no, here we come. A day. Thanks, Glenn. An hour from Diana. Yeah, so day, hour. Some people say forever. We haven't got any forevers yet. Yeah, so we're getting the idea there. Oh, yep, good. Hour. Okay, I get the idea. Well, you're going to get the idea that this is the way I run. Trick question. It's going to take 10 seconds. All right, here we go. You are going to learn how to do a motorcycle chase scene in 10 seconds. So you can go and do that with your friends tomorrow. Stick a bit of dramatic music under it and you've got it nailed. What I want you to clearly understand is that bigger is no longer better when it comes to equipment or thinking about video. I've used the best cameras in the world, and my only cameras that I own, and I have 3 of them here, is smartphones, 3 iPhones. You can use anything. It doesn't really matter. iOS or Android, doesn't matter. But smartphones are my camera of choice. Please clearly understand that brushes don't make the artist and typewriters don't make the writer, and no longer do big fancy cameras make you better videos. What they make you is different videos. And there are times you are going to need to outsource. There's certain video material you'll never be able to make. It just makes sense. But there's a time and a place for that, but most of the other stuff you want, which is more simple, authentic videos, there's a time and a place for that. You've got to understand the difference between the two. So I like to say that smartphones are video okay. And the great thing about them is we've all got a smartphone. You don't need to go and get any other equipment to get started, and you're going to see that here today. Another thing that's happened over the 40 years is videos have gone from being fairly generic, one size fits all, to this made to measure. People want personalized content now. This one size fits all, and it used to be because you used to have a lot of money. You needed to have a lot of money to be able to have a TV network or a radio network. And those who had the money also had the megaphone, generally gave them the power. And I love this photo here because it's going to contrast in the video I'm going to show you next. All individuals sitting around one device. Well, what's happened now is people have gone to this new online self-service culture. And you know this, if you want information, you don't go on art, you go online and you search for it. And we want the information we want, and we want it in a voice and a style and a time and a delivery method that suits us. And if we can't find it, we keep searching until we do. So look at this video here. This is just amazing. There's one person and probably 500 different iPhones all on stands. This is live streaming in China. So there are people there now that's a product they want or an influencer they want, and they all want it on these personal channels. And so this is how it's changed. So understand, customers are thinking differently out there. Videos have gone from being fairly dull. When I look back to what I was shooting 30 years ago, I go, oh, geez, that's really dated now. It's all about attention getting videos now. But be careful. Boring online is a crime. There's a certain truth to that. And we know that, if it's not that you've got a short attention span, it's just there's so much content that's coming through. You're not going to stop on something unless it's something that you feel that you don't want to watch, that you do want to watch. But there's a trap to this, and the trap comes in this form. There will be videos that you see in your inbox or your Facebook feed, and they're going to say, oh, if you want marketing videos for your business, then what you do is just sign up to our site. We give you these templates. You just type your name in and your logo and your message, and oh, they're fantastic. Everyone loves your videos. But there's a big problem that's already starting with that. And those videos have no substance because you didn't put any effort into them. There's one, just templated videos, and they're sort of like there's no resonance with them. They're just this noise, hollow noise that goes nowhere. And then everyone's out there making those videos. So that's the new marketplace. So how are you going to stand out in the marketplace like that? Well, you've got to tap louder and faster, and then that's the new marketplace. If you decide that you are going to grasp this idea that more authentic videos are going to generate you more profit for your business, and you make simple videos where you talk to somebody, your customer or client, just say, yeah, I'm hearing you, and I think I've got a way to help you. It's almost like a coffee shop conversation. Then your videos will have a resonance that will just start to cut through all that noise and chatter that's out there. Another thing that's happened is videos have gone from being pretty slick and highly polished to now this real, more authentic type videos. And this is one of the key learnings from today. So what's happening out there, there's a reason for this, is consumer trust in large organizations is going down. Politicians have let us down. Banks have let us down. Churches have let us down. We're tired of picking up a phone and talking to a machine. We're losing trust in large organizations. And at the same time, we're placing that trust with each other. We're going for this human-to-human transactions. And you know this, if you want to find information about a product, you don't go down to the shop anymore. You go online and look for an unboxing video or an explanation video or a testimonial from somebody else. We're trusting people more than we trust brands. And this is great for you because there is no time in history when it is better for you who are running a business and know your product and know how it can help someone, for you with all your lumps and your bumps and your wrinkles of your life well lived, to get on video and use it just as a way to connect with people and again say, I hear you, I understand your problems, I'm listening, and this is maybe a solution. This is what people are searching for online now. So please understand that video is not the secret sauce. When I'm talking about all this today, it's not the technology, it's not video. The secret sauce is you. And if you can grasp this, you are going to go streaks ahead of your competitors. So what you need to do is design a human-centered video strategy. So there's this dad and he takes his daughter out to fly a kite and she's flying the kite, having a great old time. And the dad says to the daughter, do you know what keeps the kite in the air? And the daughter goes, oh, duh, Dad, it's the wind. And he goes, no, it's not. It's the string. Oh, duh, Dad, the wind holds the kite up, the string holds the kite down. And he said, if you think that's true, let go of the string. So she lets go of the string and the kite starts to tumble and fall and crashes and she runs after it and she accidentally steps on the string and the string goes tight and the kite starts to fly high again. You see, that kite, I reckon, is just like our video aspirations and ambitions, because we want our videos to be really good and really polished. Look at our videos up there. But when we focus on that, there's many problems, and one of them is what I call the winds of video trends. And these come every 3 to 6 months. You know, you need to be shooting vertical now. It says you need to be shooting horizontal. Now you need to be shooting square. Now you need this. Now you need that. And you're forever chasing your tail. I argue that for a successful human-centered video strategy, you need to focus on the string. So what is the string? The string is literally the fiber of who you are. And if you look at a piece of string or rope, it comes, all the strands are bundled and wrapped around together. For a successful human-centered video strategy, you need to look at 3 of the bundles. It's what you think, it's what you believe, it's what you do. It's a process of head, heart, and hands. And a successful human-centered video strategy, a smart video strategy, puts you right in the middle of your head, heart, and hands. And what that means is you've got to get this idea with video now. Video's power is pictures. Video's not radio. Video doesn't need 1,000 words. Video's power is pictures. So show, don't tell. So getting this idea, a head strategy that you're going to go to show people how you can help them. And when you do that, what's in your heart? It's about speaking your truth. So it's not about trying to be clever or fancy or highly polished. It's just being human to human again. And then the technology, it's not about learning to press buttons and do, you know, make amazing shots. That's not going to make you profit. Learning good video habits will, because good habits earn you money. And when you start to do this, when you start to speak your truth and you're showing people that you speak what you believe, so you walk the walk instead of talk the talk, what do? You get trust. And then when you speak your truth more often because you've got a video habit out there, you start to build more impact, become a leader in your field. And because you're using video to show and you've got a habit, you're doing it more often and you get speed. And when you've got these, this is all about a smart video strategy, because when you get trust, we buy from people we know, like, and trust, and you end up making more sales. Impact is important. You're going to get seen as the leader in your field. Your brand awareness is going to jump. And speed. Speed enables you to fail quickly, fail quietly, rinse and repeat. The problem with traditional video is you outsource it. It's expensive, costs you many thousands of dollars. So the process is slow and no one wants to take responsibility if it doesn't work. So there's a lot of stress and people lose a lot of sleep over it. This way, doing it yourself, you do a test, you put it out there. If it doesn't work, you make some adjustments, save time, save money, and sleep a whole lot better. And that is the hub of a smart video strategy. So this is more about changing mindsets, getting out of that 20th century mindset about video, getting into this 21st century mindset that's agile, inexpensive, and authentic. And the other thing that's happened out there is videos have gone from being really long and bloated. Now they're much, much shorter. Again, which is great because it takes you less resources to actually make them. So you've got to go away from making dumb videos. And I don't say that in a derogative way, but they're dull, they're unhelpful, bloated videos. And mass-produced videos. And you want to go, if you make dumb videos, you're going to be like that guy below the letter U there. And he's going to miss the wave. You want to be like the guy who's on the board under the letter S there, because that's what surfers call the green room. That's the part of the wave that you just get in and it pushes you forward. And this is where the hub of smart videos are. Simple, made to measure, attention-getting, real and tight videos. This is what the marketplace is asking for. So where could you use smart videos within your business? Look, there's just, for a smattering, that is the tip of the iceberg. It's easier to work out. And you ask this one question: would I be more effective if I looked my customer or colleague in the eye? And if you answer yes to that question, then you should be using video. That is where video is powerful. So how can we get into this in a low risk way? Well, here's a simple way. Nobody has to say anything. If you've got a couple of people in your business, we all send emails and we've got some information in the footer, in the signature of our email. Include a little GIF, a GIF. A GIF is like a video that's not really a video because you can't actually put a video in email, but you can make a short video and the GIF just you see these on social media, those little things where the video just keeps going around and around, but make your own. I think this is a great example of using one. So you can get in there with your company, you can give a message, no one has to say anything, and this can sit at the bottom of your video. People see who's in the business, that you're human. This is a great low risk way to start. All right, so now we're going to move on to the structure of a video. And this is what I call the ABC of a video. And whenever if you get the slide deck from this link that I give you, look for Fast Start. Fast Start, if you go through, it'll give it to you in the bite-size, easy to remember forms if you're trying to remember something. So the Fast Start with ABC of video is, first thing I want you to do is watch this video. And I want you to ask yourself, do you think you could make this video? And we're going to ask that question in about another 5 minutes' time.
I have the best job in the world. This is my office. And if it's not a beautiful sandy beach like this, it's probably the top of that mountain up there. I get to be here in places like this with views like this. I come to places like this completely unspoiled, untouched. We've had a beautiful day sailing up the east coast. Today we've seen dolphins, we've seen seals, we've seen albatross. I get to share these wonderful little journeys with people. Love sharing that and meeting and exploring with amazing new people. Yeah, it's amazing. Exploring nature and learning and connecting together. After 4 days, you're like this beautiful little family and amazing new people that come from all walks of life and have their amazing journeys and stories to share. So that's why I have the most amazing job in the world.
So how do you feel? Do you think you could make that video? Most people feel a little bit intimidated about that. I'm going to break that down for you now, and then we're going to have a look at it again. So the ABC of video, I like to say it's A-roll, B-roll, and C-roll. Take you through it. A-roll and B-roll. Now, these are American terms. I used to call them different terms, but now because we're officially the 51st state of the USA, if you go online, you're going to hear these names. So I speak in the USA terms. Well, there you go. So A-roll and B-roll. I like to say that A-roll tells the story and B-roll shows the story. A-roll tells the story, B-roll shows the story. Or another way of saying it is A-roll is for the ears and B-roll is for the eyes. And what I mean by that is A-roll is that generally it's be someone like me speaking to camera, being interviewed. And if I just kept talking, you could close your eyes. And if you listen to the whole video, you would still get what the video was about because you could hear the story going through. Well, B-roll is where we illustrate what is being talked about with pictures. And this is how it would sort of look. So this is Tim, and Tim's a dentist, and Tim is making a social media video for his business just to go, well, hey, I'm a dentist, but this is, get to know me a little bit better. So Tim's going to tell us about one of the things he loves, which is going on rides. And he would start off, and this would all be an A-roll. So it'd be all just pictures of Tim talking. I'm Tim, I love Sideshow Alley, I love the rides, and my favorite ride is the Orbiter. Now, if you were looking at that video and you closed your eyes and Tim was speaking, you'd know exactly what Tim is speaking about. But what's the problem with that? Well, it's boring. When it comes to videos, power is pictures. Show, don't tell. So it would be far smarter to go and get some shots of what Tim is talking about. Now, you could shoot some with any camera that you've got, or you could go online and get stock footage. It doesn't matter where you get the shots from, but you can use them to illustrate. So instead of just being A-roll and Tim talking through the story, if we covered some of Tim talking with other illustrative shots, it would look like, starts off with Tim talking. I'm Tim, I love Sideshow Alley. We see Sideshow Alley. I love the rides, a couple of pictures of rides. And we come back to Tim because, people are interesting. We do a bit of a mix in and out. And then he goes, oh, my favorite ride's the Orbiter. So we see the Orbiter going around up there. So do you get the idea of A-roll and B-roll? Now, A-roll and B-roll account for pretty much 95% of all the video you see. So when you're watching now something on TV or a news story or a current affair, have a look and you'll just see A-roll, B-roll, A-roll, B-roll. There is another roll, and I like to call it C-roll, short for collaterals. No one else calls it. This is just my name, so I could have A-roll, B-roll, and C-roll. Most other people call it assets, and assets are things like logos, titles, music, graphics, and these are things that quite often you use over and over in your videos. It might be your branding or your those sort of logos. So they'll be stored on your computer, but they only make up about 5%. Most of the other stuff is going to be either A-roll or B-roll. So now I want you to look at this video again, and I want you to ask yourself,
I have the best job in the world. This is my office. And if it's not a beautiful sandy beach like this, it's probably the top of that mountain up there. I get to be here in places like this with the views like this. I come to places like this completely unspoiled, untouched. We've had a beautiful day sailing up the East Coast. Today we've seen dolphins, we've seen seals, we've seen albatross. I get to share these wonderful little journeys with people. Love sharing that and meeting and exploring with amazing new people. Yeah, it's amazing. Exploring nature and learning and connecting together. After 4 days, you're like this beautiful little family and amazing new people that come from all walks of life and have their amazing journeys and stories to share. So that's why I have the most amazing job in the world.
Now that was all shot on a smartphone. The AI, the power of smartphones for you just to hit the record button and get a decent shot is so good these days. So it's literally pointing at a camera, someone talking, and then getting a couple of shots of them, of what they're talking about, and then putting some logos and a bit of music under it. Don't worry about how you edit it, but now you can see the structure of a video. So how could you use this in your business right now? Well, this is a couple of examples of some tourism companies who have tried to keep in contact with their customers out there. It's only A-roll and B-roll, and the only B-roll is at the start and at the end, and there's just a bit of stock footage library. Then they've just turned the camera on people within their industry to talk a simple message.
During lockdown, we've been busy.
Being creative.
Dreaming up new ideas.
Making sure everything is spick and span.
Keeping our spirits high.
From our hotel lobbies
to our green open spaces.
so that when the time comes,
we'll be ready to meet again.
Let's meet again soon.
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 Welcome back to Zeelong. We look forward to sharing a warm cup of tea with you. See you soon.
See you soon. Ka kite anō. See you again soon in the mighty Waikato.
And we can't wait to host you here soon.
See you soon. See you soon.
So a little bit of A-roll and B-roll, a little bit of music, but just now the concept of how you could use a smartphone to put videos out there and stay connected. Just one of the many uses that you could be using video right now. Let's keep it moving. We're now going to go on to how to shoot video like a pro. This is part one, the setup. That's me in my younger days up in Mongolia way, many years ago now. So what sort of phone can you use? You can't use a Nokia brick. If you've got one of those, you've got to upgrade. You should upgrade anyway, but it needs to be a smartphone. Everything I'm going to tell you now will work for Apple phones, Samsungs, Huawei, Google Pixels, Oppos. All smartphones pretty much operate the same. Buttons just in different places. All smartphones have two types of cameras. They have a camera on one side, and the one we all know really well is the selfie camera, and that's called the front camera. So that's the front camera. It gets a bit confusing sometimes. And then the other camera is on the back, and that's called the back camera. And I like that's called the back camera because it starts with B, because the back camera is generally what we're going to use to shoot B-roll, those illustrative shots, because generally the camera on the back is better quality. Having said that, all newer phones now, the front camera is also full HD. I use the front camera all the time. If your camera's within the last 4 years, I would suggest you use the selfie camera if you're recording yourself. It's convenient to be able to see yourself and set up. So let's go straight into how to shoot with the back camera. Number one thing, new rule, if you're going to do any shooting with your smartphone, when you wake up, you put your phone on charge. You cannot shoot with a flat battery. I've tried it many, many times. It does not work. Here's another fast start tip. It's called Byte Flight Bright. Byte Flight Bright. This is how you set up your phone. First thing you're going to do is byte, gigabytes, megabytes. Get rid of clear up some memory on your phone. And if you're one of these people who keep their 8,000 must-have photos, holiday snaps on your phone, you're probably going to have to clear a few off and put them on a hard drive. You need to have some space on your phone. The second thing you're going to do is flight. You're going to put your phone into flight mode because it is a phone. And there's nothing worse than getting a great shot, or you're recording a piece to camera like this and you're thinking in your head, I'm going to get it. And then someone rings you. It ruins the shot. So put your phone into flight mode to make it a camera. And we all walk around with our screens dimmed down to save on battery power. You've got to put the brightness up when you're making videos. You've got to be able to see what you're making the videos of. Part two. Oh, now this is very easy. I think we got time for this. I'll do this. The reason I put that shot up there with me with a big balloon dog is I used to be a magician, and part of that was doing balloons. And one of the things is I created this big, let me just go back to that as I'm talking about it, is I created this big high value dog called Puff the Loony Balloon Dog. And he was going to be my big ticket item. I was going to make a lot of money on it. Here's what actually happened. What actually happened was I made more money, way more money on simple one balloon animals. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the balloon challenge. So what I want you to do is you can type this into the question. The first animal that comes up, I will make. You can have a lion, tiger, elephant, seal, dog, giraffe, moose, dog, aardvark, kangaroo, dog, any animal in the whole world. Hang on, seal, snake. All right, so Hamish, Larry, you get a seal. All right, Hamish, do you want your seal to be a happy seal or a sad seal? Just type a yes or a no in there, Hamish. Happy seal or a sad seal? Okay, I'm going to go ahead. If you can type that in there, hey. Oh, okay, happy seal. A horrible noise, isn't it? Now, Hamish, do you know why your seal is a happy seal? Because your seal is on the way home from the fancy dress party where he's just won first place for his dog costume. Now, I can hear the groans out there, but that little routine earned me way more money. And the same thing happens in video, because I see all these people who come to me and they're talking about, do I need gimbals? Do I need all these fancy bits of equipment? No, you don't. You need to learn some simple disciplines. It's going to make you a lot more money, because good habits earn you money. Making video is like doing Lego as a kid. You know, you're building blocks like that and it's all going really well until you're missing the yellow piece. You can't find the yellow piece and it all stops. Editing is the same. If you give yourself all the component building blocks, editing is so much easier. You don't have to edit. You can outsource the editing, but it goes so much easier and saves you so much money if you learn some basic techniques to give you those building blocks. What is this going to cure? What I'm going to tell you now, it'll cure the wonder wander. And the wonder wander is when you know you're going to make a video and you pick up your camera and you go, oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And you just wander around wondering what I'm going to shoot. You do that for 5 minutes and you just have this big, long moving shot and you look, I can't make anything with that. And you never do anything with it. So what you need to learn is you need to learn wide shot, mid shot, close up. This three-phrase little magic mantra is brilliant. 95% of what you shoot in the next 10 years will be wide shot, mid shot, close up. It's very easy. Anytime you go into any situation, shoot a wide shot. Once you've shot a wide shot, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 seconds, say that, go in and shoot a mid shot. So go in and whatever the action is, just tighten in on that action a little bit and then shoot a close up. Yeah, another 5 or 10 seconds there. Once you've done that, rinse and repeat. And then the whole idea, there's a rhythm to this. You just get into the rhythm. You're thinking wide shot, shoot a mid shot, shoot a close up, shoot a wide shot, shoot a mid shot, shoot a close up. And you get the idea, there's this rhythm. You don't have to do wide, mid, but as long as you've got a collection of all those shots, you now have the component pieces for editing. So with what we've learned to this point, if we had your event and we took a smartphone that you've got and we've just put Byte Flight Bright on it, got it ready, and we did wide shot, mid shot, close up, and we wanted to edit that, how could we get a professional looking video? What you need is Quick. Now, Quick is an app that's for iOS and Android. It's free. It's put out by the people who make GoPro, and it is amazing. If you put 10 3-second shots in there, I like to say 10 3-second shots, because that'll give you a 30-second video. Thereabouts, you're ahead of the game. You're not ending up with 10 minutes of video and you only want 30 seconds. Well, if you do that, you can get this. Now, I do this at events regularly. On the way in, I shoot 10 3-second shots, and live on stage, I hook my phones up to the big screen and I show people how long it takes to edit. Now, we'll just keep this moving. People go, oh, hours, weeks, whatever, they say. Here's how long it takes to edit. So count along if you think you know any of the numbers. I simply open the Quick app, I tap the app, and then I open the camera roll there by hitting the plus, and I just tap on my videos, which I've just shot, 10 or 12 of them, short, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, but about 3 seconds shots. And I go, yeah, change the order a bit. I go, yep, that's okay. Then up the top, I hit add. 21 seconds. That's how long it takes to do that. And this is the video that you get out of it. Amazing stuff. I did nothing to that. You know, the words at the start of the title, it goes into your GPS data and finds out where you are and what time of day. It came up and said, good morning, welcome to Sydney or something. I just went in there, just like typing text. I just changed it to the name of the conference. But then it does all the editing for you. But if you don't like the music and the theme, you can just go and choose a different theme. So all the themes are on there. You just flick through and find ones you like. My boat.
I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading slow. Tables have turned. Now I'm up all night. I'm picturing you acting like.
And then all you do is you save it to your camera roll, or you can put it straight to social media. So this is so powerful that right now that you can be using this on anything that you've got. You can be using on your kids' family videos, but you can make a whole lot of simple videos for your business. Please understand that you can also outsource video editing. You don't have to do all this yourself. So don't get hung up. It's about providing some simple shots to go in there at the start. So let's go on to the second type of camera on the smartphone, and what's the one that faces us, or the selfie camera. 95% of the video that you are going to make in the coming decade is going to be the selfie camera. There's all these new apps that make making a video and sending it instead of an email quicker and easier and more effective. I'm not going to go into it now. I don't have the time, but you will be using those a lot. So you need to learn how to be a desktop video star. And a desktop video star, whether you're using a webcam, whether you're using a camera, any other phone, this still holds true for just learning to present yourself and better and easier using the camera that's facing you. So the first thing we want to do is how to keep audiences' attention. Now, this is a key learning. Distractions dilute your message. It's not about you looking as beautiful or wonderful or polished. It's about removing distractions, because if people are listening or getting distracted, they're not listening to your message. And in business, your message is key to the video being effective. So here we go with the fast start. What you're going to do is when you set up the camera to face you, you're going to listen for, look out, lock off. Listen for, look out, lock off. First thing you're going to do is you're going to listen for background sounds. You want to get rid of all that distracting noise. So if you've got a noisy air conditioner, if there's people talking, the radio's going, someone outside with a mower, a forklift going back and forth, if you can, move to a different location. It's going to be far easier and more effective for you. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to look out. If you look out a window or stand in a warehouse and look out towards the big open doors, then the light is coming back on you and it's going to make you look better. Then you want to lock off. You want to lock your camera off. You don't want to hand hold your phone, because there are times when you do want to hand hold, when it's, you know, it's immediate or you're walking around showing something. But generally, if it's bobbing around and you're just talking, it's distracting. Distractions dilute your message. So how are you going to look good if, say, you're in the office and you've only got one light? And when I say one light, you don't need a fancy video light. You can use a desk lamp. You can use anything. Go raid your kid's bedroom. I've done that before. So if you've got one light, this is where you put it. You put it directly above your lens, whether it's a webcam, the smartphone lens, you put it directly above and it shines in your face. And it should look like this. You should have bright lights in your eyes. Everyone in film and TV and on stage is used to bright lights. You hear them say it all the time. Who doesn't like bright lights in their eyes? A lot of people don't. Well, I can't see you, but if you put your hand up, keep it up there. Because I want to ask you this. If I tell you that bright lights make you look younger, have you got a different relationship with light shining in your eyes now? Most people do. It's true. It's in photography, it's called the glamour light. One light directly above the lens, flattens out shadows, and it's your best bet, if you don't know anything else, to get yourself looking half decent. How do you look good if you've got no lights at all? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw the curtains, darken the room down a bit. Then the next thing you're going to do is look up, because quite often we sit under overhead lights and we don't even know it. And it causes these dark black bags, big shadows under your eyes. So switch off the overhead and sit in front of your desktop or your laptop and open a Word document and expand that Word document out so it pretty much fills the screen. Don't put any writing on it. You just want a blank, as much white as possible. Then on your keyboard, hit the brightness button so it comes up and you'll see this lovely, soft, glowing light encompass you. Really good and simple way to look half good when you're doing these videos. So how do you look good? If you've got no lights, no sound, no Wi-Fi, what I mean is just when everything falls apart or you find yourself in a situation having to do a video or a Zoom call and it's just, you can't set it up. How do you look good? Really easy. You light yourself from the inside. Smile. The number one recommendation, I review a lot of people's videos to help them, is to tell them to smile, because when we're making videos, we get hung up in the, is it all the right height? I've got to remember what to say. Am I looking good? All that. And we forget to smile. And this is an amazing rapport building tool we're gifted with, but most of us forget to use. Lock it off. You've got to lock your camera off. You can use these little selfie tripods. I'm using one right now. They only cost about $25. I got mine from Aldi. A handle folds out, becomes a little tripod. I find them very useful, but you don't need any money. If you've got blue tack around the office, water ball of that together, put your smartphone in that, you can get it to sit at any angle you want. You can use the favorite here. This is a favorite slide of anyone I show, is the binder clips. Sometimes you just got to make the handles a little bit bigger, get a fork and widen them out a bit to get your phone in there. My favorite when I'm out about is the takeaway coffee cup. Does not need to look pretty. Just gouge whatever sort of slot you can put in there, and it's a beautiful, stable platform. What do you do if you don't have a tripod and you want to get it up higher? How do you get a steady eye-level shot when you don't have a tripod? You place a chair on a table, then you stack whatever is at hand to build up the extra height to your eye level. Then you fill a sandwich bag about 2/3 full with rice or lentils or grain. Nest your smartphone in this, adjust the angle, and now your hands are free to better illustrate the topic you're talking about. Easy, isn't it? Let's move on to part 2. So now we've got your audience's attention. You're not distracting them. How do you connect with your audience? Because you can't expect your audience to connect with you if you don't connect with them. So I got to tell you that, okay, we're going to do, this is another fast start. It's level, locate, and lock. And the first thing I got to tell you is that the Zoom honeymoon is over. So if you're on Zoom calls and you're just going, yeah, I'm just going to put my phone on the desk on my laptop and have it looking up at my nose and up and all the double chins, we've got to lift our game. We've had 6 months now of we're all in this, and near enough is good enough. Time to lift our standards when it comes to doing online video. So the easiest thing to do and the first thing to do is move your camera to eye level, whether it's a webcam or whatever. Use a stack of books, whatever you can, get the camera roughly up to eye level. Once it's at eye level, where do you look? So you've got to locate the lens and look straight down the barrel of the lens. But there's a problem with that. In most of us, and I'm suggesting you do, you use your camera in selfie mode. So what do? We look at ourselves on the screen. So you can look good on there. You get yourself framed up and then you hit record. But most of us then look at our face on the screen. But there's a problem with that because that is not where the camera is. The camera is off somewhere on the side of your phone. So when you're looking at your face, the camera's actually over there, and it would look like this. It looks like I would be talking to you now and you're just looking off to nowhere because you're not looking at the lens. So you've got to locate the lens, very easy, put it in selfie mode and just start putting your finger around anything that looks like a hole. And at one time you'll see your finger cover up the screen as it goes over the camera lens. That's the camera lens. Once you've located it, stick a little bit of tape on there, something to mark it. I'm looking at these right now, but orange, that is exactly what you see is what I can see now. So once I've located it, then I lock onto the lens. And then the next problem is because as I locked onto the lens, if I was using selfie mode, I see my head over here and a set of eyes. And what have your parents told you? All growing up, what have your teachers told you when you're talking to people? Look everyone in the eye and engage them. So you see your eyes over there and they're like magnets. They pull you across and now you're looking at your face and you remember that guy on that webinar told me to look at the camera. Now you're looking back there, now you're looking here, now you're looking there, and now you look shifty. Even worse. So what you've got to do is you've got to cover the screen up. Really easy. Use a post-it note, fold a handkerchief over there, but just cover that face up so you're not tempted to look at it. And another reminder, please don't forget to smile when you're doing this. All right. So to wind up here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a technique. And I know that you guys need to do some product videos possibly. And here's an easy way. This is no tripod, no editing. It lets you use A-roll and B-roll. It's low risk. Let's make a video. And it's called Walk, Talk, Twist. Walk, talk, twist. Really easy. And it's great for things like reassurance videos. So a lot of people use this in businesses where I show them because they're spending other people's money and people want to know that things are going well. Or rather than telling them or just texting them, you can show them, oh yeah, look, everything that's arrived and it's in good condition. Or yeah, look, you know, everything's set out like you asked it to be set out. And it's great for keeping people updated. So, you know, when you get new team members coming, showing someone a tricky keypad, how to get in. Many uses for this. Walk, talk, twist. And it uses a selfie stick. Very easy. You put a phone in a selfie stick, the most basic of selfie sticks, but it becomes counterintuitive. Instead of having the selfie screen facing at you, you hit record and turn the camera around. So now the back lens is facing at you. Now, as long as you have the camera vertical, not like that, not like that, not leaning down, not right back here, but just arm out length, you will be in shot. It's really hard not to be in shot. And you look at the lens and you start saying, hey, Dave, it's Julian here, just letting you know that we got that pallet of goods in and everything is in good condition. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist. And when you twist with your fingers on a selfie stick, it's really fast. And what it ends up looking like is a dissolve. So you don't even have to cut. So now you swing it round. Here's the thing. Now I'm looking at the screen and I can see what I'm videoing. So I can show Dave the pallet, see Dave, and look, there's all the straps and condition there. Then I can rotate it back to me. Again, it looks like a dissolve back to me. So thanks, Dave. I'll see you back in the office tomorrow. Hooroo, bye. And you hit off. Man, you've just done yourself a video. You've got A-roll and B-roll. You've shown, you've got a message in there. Walk, talk, twist. I showed this to a government department and one of the senior leaders was a volunteer firefighter. And he went down, his family were really worried about him. And so he used walk, talk, twist as a way.
It's 8:30 at night and we're still at Fine Flower. We've started a major backburn to stop a fire front coming through. And this is what that looks like at this time of night. So we're doing a lot of work,
So the idea there, twist was a little rough, but he's out in the middle of the fire. But the idea there is his family loved that because they could see he was safe. It was so powerful. It was shared long and wide throughout his family and his friends' network. All right. So we're at the end now. Let's have a little review of what we've learned the last hour. It's all about making smart videos now, simple, made to measure, attention getting, real and tight videos. Please remember a human-centered video strategy of show, don't tell. You've got to speak your truth and you've got to get a video habit. You learn there's the structure of a video, A-roll, B-roll, and C-roll. Now you can use videos as a template. When you're setting up a phone, bite, flight, bright, you can get your phone ready to go. When you're out there shooting B-roll, wide shot, mid shot, close up, your video is going to be better than 99% of the world's population, just doing that. People never do that, and editors will love you. Then if you turn the camera around back at yourself, you've got to listen for background sounds, look out towards a window or a door so you get the light, and then you've got to lock off your camera so it's not moving around everywhere. And then to connect with your audience, level, locate the lens and lock onto the lens when you're talking, connection. And then you can use walk, talk, twist. Whew. And remember, quick, used quick. You can have a lot of fun with that. So that has come up to the end there now. Any questions, what you can do is pop them in the chat box below. And if I don't get any, if I can't answer them now, what I'll do is I will send a reply, and that will come out in an email to you tomorrow. I briefly want to tell you this link. That's the link down the bottom. It's julianmather.com, BVB99. And while you're there, all the resources are there. I've got a great offer for you. You guys, you'll see that I do online training courses. It was normally $4.95 for my flagship course called Business Video Bootcamp. Currently, COVID price is $247, but because you guys have dedicated an hour of your time to me already listening, please, for the next 5 days, you can have it for $99. It's all explained there. If it's useful, use it. If it's not, then we move on. And with that, Ida, I'm handing back to you.
Thank you, Julian. That was a fantastic presentation. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I hope our participants did as well. So as part of this webinar, we are offering one lucky participant the chance to win access to Julian's online portal paid by APPA. So to enter, you would need to submit a short video using the tools you have learned from Julian's presentation, topic of your choice. Recordings will need to be submitted by COB Friday the 25th of September, and the winner will be announced on Monday the 28th of September. You can submit your video to myself, so my email address is ida@appa.com.au. I will also include these details as part of the email you will receive over the next couple of days, including a copy of today's recording. So if you have any questions that do come to mind for Julian after the presentation, please jump on his website and fill out his contact form, and he'll be able to answer your question in due course. So there doesn't appear to be any questions that have come through. So on behalf of Julian and APPA, thank you for all our participants for joining us today, and I hope you all have a great afternoon. And thank you once again, Julian.
Okay, thanks heaps. Bye, everyone.